Welcome to Slap That View, discussing your views and opinions.
Hello everybody and welcome to Slap That View. This is the show where we slap the wrong right out of people's views. Today I want to talk about the missing flight 370 out of Malaysia on its way to China. Very interesting stuff that I found out. Here we go. I don't know if a lot of people know this, and maybe they don't know it, but there were 20 Chinese employees of Freescale Semiconductor Company on board MH370, bound for China, actually communist China. This is the flight out of Malaysia that they never found, and it got lost, and nobody knows what happened to it. 239 people died. So far, that's what they're saying. 4 of these employees on the plane shared a revolutionary patent on a new computer chip called KL0, which this chip will be used in missile defense and radar systems comparable to the Star Wars movies. That's how advanced this chip is. The patent was approved just 4 days after the disappearance of MH370. You say, well, so what? Well, what that means is, since the patent was approved after the plane was missing, and these 4 employees who shared the revolutionary patent on this chip are assumed dead, therefore, those 4 Chinese patent holders, guess what? They cannot legally pass the wealth and control of the patent onto their heirs. This leaves the final shareholder of the patent as 100% owner, Freescale Semiconductor itself. Either you are a conspiracy theorist or coincidence theorist. But it's funny how things work out that way. Another thing is, there's been reports that the plane that's missing, the MH370 out of Malaysia, was spotted landing in Texas. Now it's just funny that Texas just happens to be the headquarters of the company that owns the patent rights, Freescale Semiconductor. And then there's other reports that from Texas, the plane went to someplace in California. If you put all this together, it's scary when you think about it, but let's just say that somebody needed to get rid of those people who had partial owner of this patent. And plus that plane was on its way to China, not just China, but communist China. And if China would have got a hold of that chip before the U.S. did, that would have put them way ahead in the development of super missiles, the Star Wars capabilities of satellites and weaponry. It's funny, but it's a thought. And you can't say that the U.S. would never do this. They've done things in the past that are kind of shaky anyway. But let's look at it as a standpoint of the owner of Freescale Semiconductor. Give you an idea. Instead of 5 people owning the patent rights to this chip, super chip, he's the only one who owns it. Now he has, not only is he going to make billions upon billions, but he's going to have the power. He's going to have power with this chip. If I were him, I'd rather have 100% of it than splitting it 5 ways, which is 20%. Just a thought, but it's a good way to get rid of your competition all at once and let America have the state-of-the-art super chip that can help develop super weaponry for the future. Just a thought. It's just amazing that the timing was actually perfect. The patent was not approved until 4 days after the plane went missing, which means that the other 4 people who own 20% of the patent rights cannot let that go to their heirs. It does not automatically go to their heirs. In fact, they don't get anything. It all reverts back to the only one who is still alive, which just happens to be the owner of Freescale Semiconductors, which in their past, they have complaints. They have lawsuits pending right now where they have stole patent rights, manufactured parts that weren't even theirs, but they manufactured them anyway. So people have been suing them for the same kind of tactic. So, it's in their DNA that this is what they do to get by. It's just something you got to think about. I don't have any proof. This is just stuff that I'm hearing. Just wanted to throw it at you to see what you think. But it would make a lot of sense. One thing I'd like to add that I didn't mention is some of the uses for this KL0 computer chip is frequency changing. This chip, you're able to what they call overclock it. You can overclock it so the speed is just increased 10 times. But what part of the reason they use this chip is to not be able to detect by radar planes, satellites. It throws out a frequency that the radars can't even pick up. Now, thinking about that, was this MH370 a test flight to see if they could track it? Because the radars were all screwed up. It was over here, it was over there, it was everywhere, but they never found it. It's just something to think about. Because whatever country's got this chip and then can make their planes and everything become invisible to radar, they have a big advantage. So, something guys need to think about. Let's recap. First of all, you got 20 people from a company that makes the super chip. And they're engineers. They're very important to the progression of this chip. And then out of those 20, 4 of those 20 hold 80% of the patent rights for this chip, which this chip just so happens is being programmed and used to make planes, boats, everything invisible to radar. It's overclocked so much that it changes frequencies, and if the radar, if you're jamming it on the same frequency as the radar, boom, you're looking invisible to everybody. Great advantage to any country that has this chip versus the country who doesn't have it. And since this plane was on its way to communist China, why not get it? The company's based out of Texas. There's rumors that the plane was seen landing in Texas. What better way to get the patent rights? What better way to make sure that America gets it and nobody else gets it is to stage the plane is missing. What if they were experimenting to see if the radar worked? If it worked, if this chip worked, jamming the radar. If it worked, they just took the plane, boom, hijacked it, brought it over to Texas. So now America's got the chip. They got the 20 engineers. They got the 4 people who know all about the chip. Hey, I think we did this back in World War II for the atomic bomb. I'm just saying. But anyway, if the bottom line is if China would have gotten this chip before we did, we'd be in real trouble. That's just my opinion. I need to know what you guys think. Just want to say thanks for watching. Slap that view. This is the show where we try to slap the wrong right out of the view. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. Just let me know what you think. Thanks again, everybody, and God bless.
Not everyone agrees. Welcome to Slap That View, discussing your views and opinions.